Dr. Atul Gawande now, surgeon and professor at Harvard School of Public Health. Doctor, thank you. The CDC really punted on the J&J decision today. Are you concerned the longer they wait to make a decision, the more harm that could do to confidence in the vaccine?
No question that will happen, but I understand some of the reasons why they did. It is 6 per 7 million, but there was a couple pieces of new data that came through. Number one, they were able to calculate the risk for women who were ages 20 to 50 who got the vaccine longer than 2 weeks ago. And that was closer to 1 in 13,000. And that was part of the reason to want to pause. Most of the women who got vaccinated in the last 2 weeks, we haven't seen their reports come out. Second, they recognized a case of a man, age 25, in the Johnson & Johnson trial who had a cerebral hemorrhage from the same type of blood clot. And so they want to assess whether young men are at risk. However, I think there is enough information to know that for people over 50, this is safe, and I think they could have potentially lifted the pause for the older age group. I think that is where this may land, like you saw for AstraZeneca in Europe.
Not a single person over 50, not a single question over 50, a lot of people over 50 who need a shot, though I got mine. So why not continue over 50? I'm not a professional in this. I don't understand it, but I'm very curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because we do have two excellent vaccines. Over 100 million people have received the mRNA vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer with none of these cases appearing. And given the option of an excellent vaccine, I think that they're pushing those out. I've been advocating for, given the surge of cases, we're at 700 deaths a day still and rising from COVID. I've been an advocate for saying, well, we've got a safe vaccine. Let's give the first doses and push the second dose out to 4 or 6 weeks. And we could double the number of people being vaccinated right now and stem the surge. The Johnson & Johnson availability has been small enough that has been a reason why they are saying, let's use the supply we have.
I listened as the person in charge today said that the agency has no evidence that the J&J vaccine is actually causing the blood clots. With 6 instances, a spreading virus, is it, in your estimation, did they do exactly the right thing, and is a continued pause in order?
I think that a pause for the young population made sense. I would disagree with the person who said that there is not a clear, there's not smoke here. We have an unusual kind of blood clotting syndrome, very specific to these vaccines in the younger age group women. And it's not like the other kinds of cases that these kinds of cases, that these rare incidences occur. So I think there probably is for adenovirus vaccines some risk of this rare condition that's elevated in a particular age group. That group of women will likely need some, may well come out saying they should get an mRNA vaccine unless they absolutely have no choice. And but I do think there's something distinctive going on here.
Yeah, but I have a phone, and on that phone, I have witnessed personally the naysayers are super loud now, and that is, we all know that's the last thing we need, and it could prolong this hell.
I would only say that this open, transparent process of saying we are constantly assessing the data, taking it seriously, and taking action on it is, I think, the greatest source of confidence, rather than pretending that there is no problem there because people are going to use it for disinformation. It is being used for disinformation, and the tinfoil hats do come out on your phone and elsewhere. But this has been a careful and structured process, and ultimately that's how you keep confidence about these interventions making a big difference.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.